Have you ever wanted to try to build a gaming PC? Well, today I'm going to show you how to install your graphics card to your gaming PC. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure your PC tower has nothing plugged into the outer USB ports or power cords or anything like that. And then on the back of your system, you're going to want to make sure your power supply is completely turned off. I'm going to show that right now. This switch right here, you're going to make sure to switch to the off position. Now you're going to want to make sure that you have no static electricity, so this is really easy. All you're going to do is touch something metal on your case or on your desk or anything around you that has metal. You're just going to touch it before working on your stuff, because static electricity can easily mess up any of your parts inside. The next thing you're going to do is see the size of your graphics card and make sure it's going to fit into your computer system. Once that, you're going to find the slot located right here, closest to the processor. This is the PCIe Gen 2 slot, and there's usually two of them on a system. You always use the top one unless you're using two graphics cards. If you just have one graphics card and you put it in the bottom slot, it's just not going to perform as well, and it can easily get messed up as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that slot, there's a small little handle, show that now, small handle right here. You're going to switch that, make sure it's to the open position. You're then going to look right here to the screws, and you're going to want to try to line up where it's actually going to go. So when you're holding the graphics card, you're going to hold it by the bottom where the fans are, and the top where there's just the plastic. You don't want to touch, I mean, you can touch this, but you really don't want to, you want to try to avoid it so you don't mess any of the components up from the actual card. You're going to line it up to the edge of your PC and see which screw it's going to line into. So for me, it's going to be the second screw from the slot. So you're going to want to need a small screwdriver, something like this, and you're just going to unscrew that small thumb screw. Make sure you don't lose it. Set it to the side. You're now going to line up where it's supposed to go, and you're going to carefully line up the card and have it slide right into that slot. And you should hear a small click. After that click, you're going to want to try to hold it in place so nothing gets messed up, because if you were to just let it go, it kind of sags, and not that it will just instantly break, but it's definitely not good for the card. So you're going to try to hold it up right where it's supposed to go. You're going to take the said screw, and you're going to put it right back in where it's supposed to go. There's a small little opening where it will fit right through the middle, and this can be complicated. You might have to kind of adjust how you're holding. Now, when you're tightening that screw in, you're going to want it decently tight, but not too tight to where it's stripped. And you can check to make sure it's good if you just move it a little bit. If it just barely moves, then you know you're good. It's nice and straight, stable, you know it's not going to fall out. And then again, check that little lever, make sure you can see it straight from the top. You can make sure that it's in the closed position. If it's open, it's just going to be loose and might not stay stable. Because now you're going to locate the pins. There's 16 pins right here on the board. Now, with your power supply, it should come with cables looking just like this, and it looks really confusing, but it's really simple. So on your graphics card, all of those little slots are puzzled specifically to the core, so you can't really mess it up. So all you have to do is you're gonna look at it and see which matches. So for me, this one will go right here, and that should click straight into place. You hear a little click. And now you're going to use one of your twos for the next slot. You can see it's a square and there's sort of a cylinder shape. You're going to flip it, plug that straight into there, and then I'm going to look for your next 6 pin. So for me, this is my next one. It should click right into place. And finally, your last two, as long as it's in the right position, should slip right into place to fit right next to your other 6 pin. Now you do want to be careful when doing this. You don't want to mess up any of the components surrounding where the actual wires are going in. So just overall, just be very, very careful. and boom, clicks right into place. So now that that is all connected, the next thing you want to do is you're going to get your side panel, which I have right off to the side here. Make sure it's lined up correctly to the side of your PC. Slip it right in the grooves, have it click into place. Twist in your thumb screws on the side. Make sure those are nice and tight. Last thing you need to do is plug all your wires back in, your power cord, any of your keyboard and mouse accessories here, and your display port here, display or HDMI, and you're going to turn it on. And as soon as you turn it on and have it connected to a monitor, as long as it inputs to the monitor and has something displayed, you did it right. You successfully installed a graphics card.